So, let's say that you got an original Xbox, let's say from Goodwill, or your friend gave it to you, or you found it at a garage sale, and you turn it on, it doesn't work. Well, in this case, I replaced my capacitors on my motherboard, but after you took it apart, you know how to put it back together. That's what this video is for. Now what you're gonna need is torque 10 screwdriver. Looks like this, if you can focus. Well, it's star shape, so yeah, torque 10 and torque 20. So these two. So you're gonna start by taking your motherboard, move these cables to the side, and before you put it in there, you must make sure that you have the correct version. Say this is a version 1.6. This is a version 1.6 as well. But if you have like a version 1.5, there will be a pin right here, like a screw hole. And if you put a 1.6 into a 1.5 case, it'll short out. It'll short out a connection on the motherboard and make more damage. So make sure that all the holes align, as well as these standoffs that come in contact with the grounds on the bottom. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And carefully put that in. Ports first. Make sure all the wires are out of the way. Make sure all the screws align. Grab your screwdriver and then start screwing them back in place. Oh, this might take a while. So yeah. So yeah, this Xbox was actually given to me by my friends. You know, David. He was in a couple of my videos, you know. One of them being the over the hedge HOA, where we were racing bumper carts. Yeah, that was a lot of fun actually. Anyway, he decided to give me this one time. You know, I called him about he called me actually. We spoke for like a couple minutes, and then he wanted to give me a game originally for the Nintendo 64. So yeah, he had an extra. It was Pokemon Snap. He had an extra one already. So yeah, he gave me the extra. And then we were there talking for a little bit longer, and we mentioned the flea market. I mentioned that I found this box at the flea market once, and I look at it and it's like it says Xbox on it. I was like, wow, it's an Xbox. It's an old Xbox. It's like, you know, the wires, the ports here, you see. So yeah, that's told me that it was an older version of the Xbox. And he was like, "Hey, yo, man, hey man, I have an extra Xbox here that I tried to sell. You want it for free?" I was like, "Yeah, man, sure." And you know what? I gave him a game, like the Xbox 360 game that I had laying around. I used to have a 360 until it broke like 10 times. I was one of the unlucky ones that got the red ring of death. So yeah, that was like literally, and I'm not kidding either. It's like 10, 13 times that it happened to me. But oh well. Anyway, I'm done screening the motherboard. So I just left the connections for the hard drive in. If you have those unattached, then just plug them in right now. Power goes right here, and then the IDE cable goes right here. Make sure the longest part of the cable, that end, should go on this side. It should connect to the hard drive. Okay, so anyway, then you want to put all the connections in place. You don't know if you can see that. You see that? Yeah. You want to connect this. If this will focus again. Come on. Yeah, I'll do it from here. This really colorful pin, rainbow pin, if you want to call it that, which is for controller ports 3 and 4. You connect here on this side, and just like that until it goes all the way in. And the yellow connector, which is for the power button, the eject button, and the lights, the power lights and the arrow lights. Yeah, that's what that's for. Goes to the smaller connector, and then the huge 20-pin power connector goes in there like that. Now carefully insert that until you hear the click. Should hold both sides. Okay, that's done. And then you can put this in the camera. Sorry about that. Anyway, so now you got that out of the way. Take these, your huge IDE cable. Actually, yeah, first, you take your disk drive bracket, or whatever you call it, whatever you call this thing. The disk drive, I forgot to do this now. Do not forget to connect everything. And the fan connector, yeah, that's important too, so it doesn't overheat. There we go. You just set it in there like that. Get the disk drive power connection out of the way too. Make sure it's all the way in. Okay. Now you install your hard drive, and at the same time put all the wires to that hook there. Make sure that all the connections align properly, and that those two do not make sure that they don't. I need to start thinking of words here. Sorry about that. Make sure it's nice and flush against these two pins there, and then you want to put these power connections through these hooks here, the tabs, until it's all neat like that. should have put this connection. There we go. Set up the silence. Now you take your disk drive and put it in like so. Make sure that all the screws align, the screw holes align correctly. And then you push on the back and see here clicks, 2 clicks actually. There you go. And then connect your IDE, to the back of the, oh boy. Connect the back of it to, do not pinch, try not to pinch any of the wires connection like that, like just what happened right here. People not gonna like this, I suppose. I'm just kind of sort of learning here as I go, so yeah, just don't mind. Don't mind. Alright. You push here in the back, this on both sides until you hear a click. Just like that. Alright. Now you connect your IDE connections. And then your video there. No, that's not video, that's power. And for some reason this is not good. I hope it's not a problem with the capacitors. The new capacitors I've installed. Because that shouldn't be a problem at all. Yeah, it started the capacitors again. It's not causing that problem at all, actually. Yeah, I'm getting pretty worried here. Okay, everything is neatly in there. Anyway, just gonna ignore that. Okay, take your top cover, slide it in there like that. And actually, before we do that, let's give this a quick test to see that if everything works. So yeah.